have to get into a half-court style of game and go down low. They can deliver. They've got the people to do it. Taking a look at that, you can see they're outscoring Kansas City 18 points on the front line. Jabbar, the all-time leading scorer, certainly has had a good first half. LaSalle Thompson tried to put a little bit of muscle on him, but each time he did, Jabbar always came up with something that worked. And, of course, there's the high percentage shot there.
And one interesting note, Eddie Johnson, who's the leading scorer for the Kings, didn't have a basket in the first half. Fast break points. Again, big advantage to Los Angeles.
Key to that, Magic Johnson. He is the guy that makes the Lakers run. Whenever he's in the game, the Lakers get out. Everyone breaks down the court because they know Magic gets more of a thrill out of passing the ball. He's the best of the game at looking up. And you take a look, McGee finished with 17 points, a lot due because Magic Johnson was looking so well on the court.
Well, he had 8 assists in that first half. He's averaged 13 a game this year, so he's way ahead of that. Free throw statistics rather interesting as well because the Lakers hit 15 out of 19 and the Kings only had 4 free throw opportunities in the first half. They made 3 of those, but right now Kansas City in a big hole, 16 points down. They've been behind as much as 18 in the game. They trimmed that to 7 at one point. But right now, it doesn't look good for Kansas City unless they really come up fired out in the second half of play. Kings bring it in to start the second half of play. Drew, Oberding, Eddie Johnson in there, LaSalle Thompson, and Reggie Theus. Thompson missing the outside shot, but Oberding saves it. Maybe they're going to try to bring Thompson out a little bit and see if they'll bring Kareem will come out with him. But Thompson's not a good perimeter shooter at all.
I was about to say, and if they're going to do that, he's going to have to score from the outside.
McGee, who had 17 first half points, mishandles it. It belongs to the Kings.
McGee, when he gets the ball, seems to know one thing, and that's to go straight ahead. Larry Drew's been able to capitalize on that with his quickness and get in front of McGee.
Nice pass from Drew to Oberding. Theus from outside. Barry's run.
Well, he's got 8 points. He had 6 in the first half. Larry Drew only 2. The Kings have got to get some scoring from that duo.
Theus' 4th basket of the game. Again, you hear the comments of Cotton Fitzsimmons in the background saying, dog him. He's talking to Theus, telling him to stay close to Magic.
As well as LaSalle Thompson on Kareem Jabbar.
Skyhook missed. Eddie Johnson with the rebound and outlet to Theus. Pull-up jumper. Got it.
Reggie obviously more offensive-minded the second half.
Reggie grew up in Inglewood, California, in the shadow of the Forum. He still says it's his favorite arena in the NBA. So the 16-point lead is down to 12. Pass from Kareem goes inside to Magic Johnson, and a circus shot by Johnson, who is fouled by Theus.
Talking about knowing where your teammates are on the floor, Kareem never even looked, but he knew where Magic was supposed to be. Watch the behind-the-back pass. Excellent play. Good execution between the two.
That's Johnson's first basket of the game. He has 6 points. And is now 5 out of 6 from the free throw line as he completes the three-pointer. And the cushion for the Lakers is at 15.
That last play between Kareem and Magic is another reason why Magic does not mind giving that ball up when he knows that he's open. His teammates will look for him also.
Theus goes inside to Eddie Johnson. First basket of the game for Johnson. That's his first 2 points. Magic to Cooper. Rambis in the pivot, posted up on Oberding, and they call traveling.
That's why you've been hearing Cotton Fitzsimmons throughout the game say dogging. What he's telling his players to do is to get up in the letters on their chest and force them into violations.
Timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. More playoff action on CBS, home of the NBA championship. Next Saturday, we'll have a conference semifinal for you at 3:30 Eastern time, and then follow that up with a doubleheader. Conference semifinal action next Sunday afternoon. And of course, we are just warming up for what's going to be an interesting playoff chase. 62 to 49, 13-point lead for the Lakers. Larry Drew, who has been cold so far. Magic Johnson trying to save it from going out of bounds. And Oberding is hurt. Oberding hurt his hand. We told you about Oberding's physical problems. The stitches over his eye as a result of being bitten by his teammate going for a rebound. The sprained ankle, which caused him to miss practice yesterday, and he's got a couple of jammed fingers, and he may have re-injured those. Mishaw comes back into the game, replacing him at the power forward position. Johnson one-on-one with Reggie Theus, who's trying to stay with him. He's dogging him all right. Kareem, double team, gets the sky hook away nevertheless. Johnson trying to save it. Theus, one-on-one with Cooper. Eddie Johnson puts up the shot. He's fouled by Coop.
Reggie Theus is such a great natural athlete. Almost lost control that time in leading the break. But the thing that he did, he was watching the defensive player. Take a look as Theus goes up. As he sees the defense, he runs away from him, behind his back with the pass. That's what you call letting the defense dictate what you should do offensively.
Eddie Johnson, who has averaged almost 22 points a game this year, and he's been held to 2 points.
You know, there are two schools of thought. That offensively, if you can make a move and force the defense to react, then you're in a driver's seat. George Gervin and players of his ilk let the defense dictate what they do offensively, and only few players can do that.
Kings keep pecking away. They've got it down to 11. 9 minutes left to play in the third period. Magic jammed in the corner. McGee. Rambis fighting for the rebound, and we've got a loose ball foul called on LaSalle Thompson.
Now, I think that would have been a better no call in that instance. That was great effort by LaSalle Thompson and Kurt Rambis, both going for the loose ball.
Don't let him get it.
Second foul on Thompson.
Don't foul like that. Don't foul like that. See, they're going to start shooting free throws.
Theus with the foul on Magic, his third. He and Drew both at 3 fouls.
Foul! Left!
Rambis, nice pass to McGee.
This team is so unselfish, the Lakers. They move the ball around the perimeter well. You have 2 defensive players and 1 guy. Fundamentals of basketball. Somebody's open. You got to move the ball.
19 from McGee. Theus. Theus driving the paint. And in heavy traffic. Foul will be called on McGee, but I believe it'll not be a shooting violation. I think they'll just take it out of bounds.
Now, with this Laker lineup of Cooper and McGee and 2 of the smaller players, Magic Johnson is then forced to go down and play low. That keeps him away from leading the break as quickly as the Lakers would like, but he's got to match up better with the bigger person on the inside.
Got a loose ball foul underneath, called, I believe, on Johnson. That's on LaSalle Thompson, and that'll be his third. Dave Robish will come in. He was signed as a free agent late in the season by Kansas City after they had the injury problem with Merriweather, and of course they traded Steve Johnson, their other inside man, to Chicago in the Reggie Theus deal. Now Philadelphia leading New Jersey by 2 in the third period. The 76ers went down early, and they have just now caught New Jersey. And of course, it's the entire season hanging on the line for them.
Of course, Kareem, one of the better free throw shooting big men in the league, as he missed the second one, shooting 72% from the free throw line, has always been a good free throw shooter.
Theus has it spin out on him.
Got the ball. Cooper here. Pick him up, left.
Pass inside to Rambis. Can't believe that was a no call.
Kings have got to get those high percentage shots down when they get them.
Notice Rambis operating with that heavy padding on his left elbow. He hyperextended it earlier in the year. Theus with the layup.
That play was made by Dave Robish. He was in the corner. Kareem had to respect his outside shooting. That pulled Kareem away from the basket. Open up the middle for Reggie Theus.
Magic inside to Kareem. Short with the sky hook. He's not hitting with that sky hook like he was in the first half. Theus on the drive. Another steal by Kansas City. Robish from the corner.
Well, it's obvious. Robish has provided an offensive spark for the Kings.
Well, they've cut it to 8. That's as close as they've been since midway in the first half. And Pat Riley calls a timeout for the Lakers.
This is Reggie Theus at his best. He operates best in a free-flowing style of game. At 6'7", he's got nice herky-jerky moves, goes in for the layup, excellent play. But Dave Robish comes back with one better. Here's experience, a good heads-up play. Theus under control, did not try to get too fancy, looked over in the corner for Robish, and this is what Kareem has to respect, that Robish can nail it from the corner.
Reggie Theus has hit 4 out of 5 field goal attempts in this period. Kings have hit 6 out of 10, and the Lakers just 2 out of 7. And this is close to being a ball game. Goaltending on Mishaw. Basket will go to Worthy.
Corner! Get him on! Corner, Larry, every time.
He has 10. Foul is on McGee. The team foul situation, the Kings have 3, the Lakers now have 5. Frank Lieber along with James Brown. We are live at Kemper Arena, Kansas City, Missouri. This is game 3 of the best of 5 between the Lakers and the Kings. And the Lakers trying to wrap it up with a 3-game sweep. But the Kings battling back here in the third period. Shot clock down to 5 as Johnson delivered. Magic Johnson. Jabbar backing up on Rubish, gets the sky hook away. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, some saying he's playing the best ball he's played in the last 5 years for the Los Angeles Lakers, despite the fact his scoring average is a little bit down. Drew shooting over Jabbar. And we get a foul called underneath the basket. And Rubish doesn't care for it.
The Kings got what they wanted that time in that they spread the Laker defense by running a spread offense. Pulled Kareem away from the basket with Dave Robish in the corner, but Drew should have looked for the open man when Kareem came out on him. That meant somebody was open under the basket, Dave Robish.
Kansas City is over the limit here in the third, so the Lakers will be shooting the penalty the rest of the way. Magic Johnson, 1+ the penalty. He has hit 5 out of 7 from the free throw line. Only 1 basket for Magic. $70-57. Bring you up to date on the Philadelphia-New Jersey game. That's tied in the third period at 65 apiece. The foul is on McGee.
Before the throw-in.
Before the throw-in. And that may mean 2 shots here. That's a third foul on Mike McGee. And Reggie Theus will go to the line. Well, as Cotton told us, you know, he is rusty after spending all that time on the bench at Chicago. And his shooting has been off, particularly in this series so far, but he's warming up now. But Cotton looking forward to next year. Thinks that Theus is going to be quite a ball player for the Kansas City Kings.
Well, Reggie's doing the smart thing also, Frank. He's not trying to rush that shot because that would hurt the team. He's trying to blend in and do other things. He does have more facets to his game than just shooting.
Worthy posting up with Mishaw. James Worthy, who was not with the Lakers in the playoff last year after he broke his leg in the final regular season game.
Again, they've got Kareem away from the basket. That's working well for the Kings. They're pulling Kareem away from the basket. What's going to happen is Eddie Johnson, Larry Mishaw, they're going to have to post up a lot better underneath once Robish is successful at pulling Kareem away from the basket so they can get that easy scoring.
Second foul on Magic Johnson. I think Robish might have been a little distracted there by Theus, who just walked behind him. I think he just maybe caught his eye because that was a real brick. He fired that thing off the front of the rim. And Theus was moving at the time, but he does have an odd motion. A little delay on the end of it there. 12-point lead for the Lakers, who've been ahead from the outset, in case you're trying to slate. Byron Scott inside to Kareem. Yet another skyhook. He has 17 points.
Talk about a safety valve. None better in the NBA than Kareem Jabbar.
Theus. Magic Johnson with the great D on him that time. Ripped it out of his hands.
Backcourt.
Over and back, Lakers, so they turn it over. Speaking of Kareem, he celebrated his 37th birthday last Monday. Says he'll play one more year. And that'll be it for his illustrious NBA career. Of course, he's passed 31,000 points. The all-time leading scorer in the history of the league. And Cotton Fitzsimmons was telling us yesterday he thought about 30,000 were against him.
Talk about one of the best examples in NBA history, Kareem Jabbar, that is, of playing under control, doing only what's necessary.
Mishaw with the jumper over Worthy.
And Mishaw has a good, strong game inside. He's not a good perimeter shooter, but he's a good scorer down in the paint.
6'9" rookie from the University of Houston. Byron Scott, Laker rookie, obtained in the Norm Nixon trade from San Diego. Throws it away. Woodson having a tough time finding the handle. Finally got it. They say double dribble.
And Fitzsimmons is arguing that he never had control of the ball. Tough break for the Kings because that was great defensive play by Mike Woodson. When the Lakers have Byron Scott in the game, they put him on the same side of the floor as Kareem Jabbar, knowing that the opposition has got to respect Scott's shooting ability. If they do that, then he can go inside to Kareem.
Great move by James Worthy. Got the rookie Mishaw out of position, and Worthy went in for the easy basket. You can see why Pat Riley says he makes night and day difference in this playoff team.
Now here's where Reggie has to play a little more under control. He starts to get a little careless, and that will hurt. You can't do that against the Lakers.
Great pass by Magic Johnson. Over to Worthy.
Great block by Mishaw.
Down to Eddie Johnson for the layup. Lakers with their break, and Worthy stuffs it over Mishaw.
I think that's a nice way to come back on Worthy's part. Take this.
16 points for James Worthy. You know, the amazing thing, and every time I do a Laker game, this happens. You try to keep score. When the other team scores, before you have a chance to mark the basket on your sheet, the Lakers are down on the other end and putting it in their end.
They've got so many weapons in that arsenal. Take a look at James Worthy, the consummate offensive player. Nice spin move. He shows the ball. And an excellent offensive move.
The only thing James is going to have to learn is to sit out the last game of the regular season. You know, 2 years ago he broke the leg. This year he had a finger poked in his eye and missed several days, but he was ready for the playoffs, fortunately.
You never see James show any expression on his face. The thing that made that last move under the basket by him is that he showed Mishaw the ball. Most players will react 9 times out of 10. Once they see that ball, they'll leave their feet. Worthy, great move.
3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third period. Kings down by 14. Woodson to Theus. Missing the jump shot over Scott. Here comes a break again. Magic Johnson's pass this time. Battle for between Eddie Johnson and Byron Scott. And they say Scott touched it last.
Even though Scott didn't get the ball, that was just tremendous foot speed by Byron Scott. He started over here near the announce table. Eddie Johnson had a much better angle on it.
Scott was the first guard picked in the NBA draft this year by San Diego. In fact, Doug Collins, one of our broadcasting colleagues here at CBS, touted us on him last year. Said he was going to be an outstanding player. He helped coach him at Arizona State. Eddie Johnson with the miss, Kareem with the board. Three minutes to go in the third period. Lakers by 14. McAdoo. Got it.
That's where McAdoo is at his best. I mentioned before, with he and Worthy in the game at the same time as we have now, the Lakers have a double threat in the low post position. Of course, Kareem is the biggest threat, but both players post up extremely well.
13 for McAdoo. Theus with the miss, trying to draw the foul. McAdoo gets the rebound. And you almost had an assist. Kings are going to call time. They trail it 80-64 back in Kansas City right after this. At the conclusion of today's game, James Brown and I will select a Miller Most Valuable Player of the Game. And in conjunction with this award, Miller will present a check for $1,000 to the Special Olympics in that player's name. Lakers lead it 80-64 here in the third period. Magic Johnson at this point has 11 assists. Philadelphia has increased its lead over the Nets to 5 in the third period of that game at the Meadowlands. Again, we'll keep close tabs on that for you because of its importance. Mishaw penetrating, missed the easy shot, the rebound out to Robish. And the Kings get a fresh 24. Woodson.
Kings are going to have to convert on those perimeter shots each and every time down the floor. The Lakers are taking away the second effort with Jabbar, Worthy, and McAdoo in there, so the Kings are going to have to score.
How about that for a mismatch? Magic Johnson and Don Boosie. McAdoo gets the basket.
Cotton has got to have Boosie in there now to run the offense. He's the coach on the floor. He executes extremely well, but of course what they give up is in a mismatch situation when Magic is on the offensive end.
Magic Johnson slaps it out of bounds. Lakers, of course, the top seed in the Western Conference, and the Kings are absolutely the last of the 16 teams in the NBA to make the playoffs. Woodson on the drive. A lot of hands underneath there.
Now
the
Lakers with a 16-point lead are going to give Kareem a breather by bringing in Mitch Kupchak and hoping that he can just maintain what the Lakers have done with Kareem in there. Now I would look for the Kings to start to penetrate more with Mitch Kupchak in there versus Kareem.
Boosie running the show from outside. Woodson bangs one off the window, but it doesn't go. And Worthy grabs it off the glass.
Kings are going to have to exploit the fact that Kareem is out of there by taking the ball to the middle.
Just over a minute left in the third period here at Kemper Arena. McAdoo hits.
Eddie Johnson is giving away 3 to 4 inches in height to McAdoo. The Lakers taking advantage of it.
17 for McAdoo in the game. Woodson, nice fake, got Worthy out of position. Drove into Kupchak, and we get the foul.
That's exactly what I was talking about. The Kings have got to take the ball to the hoop now. They've got to create situations for the Lakers to react in. Trying to force the foul situation, get those frontline players in foul trouble.
I think we ought to pay Cotton a talent fee today in addition to a coaching fee, don't you?
He's helped make the job a lot easier, huh?
He really has. Puts his emotions right on the sleeve, but he was a lot louder in the first half, and I imagine if things go as they are, he will quiet down considerably as we head into the fourth period.
As you take a look at Mike Woodson on the line, the Kings certainly did miss the fact that he was out early in the season with that knee surgery that he had. Last year, he was a leading scorer in the league, coming off the bench, averaging 18 points a game.
Well, he's got 16 in this game, so he's certainly done his job coming off the bench. 84-67. 40 seconds left to play in the third period. Worthy over Mishaw. Rebound, Eddie Johnson. Woodson on the drive into the paint, off to Mishaw.
And again, that middle is opening up for the Kings to exploit and take advantage of.
10 points for Mishaw, the #1 draft pick from the Houston Cougars.
Doggy move, left footed. Doggy.
Lakers going for the last shot here. Kupchak won, and the Kings will get the last shot with 10 seconds. Boosie, three-pointer. Boosie hits the three-pointer as the third quarter comes to an end. We'll return to Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri after this word from your local station.
The NBA on CBS. Today's playoff game from Kansas City, Missouri is sponsored by Honda Motorcycles and ATC Three-Wheelers. Honda, follow the leader. Lowenbrau. When it's time for the taste of a truly great beer, let it be Lowenbrau. And by IBM and the growing family of IBM personal computers.
Didn't know that they had a permanent Easter Bunny here in Kansas City. Some of the sights and sounds of this Midwest city as we head into the final period of play. Frank Lieber along with James Brown. Be interesting to see here if Don Boosie's three-point shot at the buzzer serves to fire up the Kings. They're going to make a run at it. They're going to have to do it quickly. Byron Scott guarded closely by Boosie, who tips the ball away out of bounds.
Frank, in this last quarter, the Kings are going to have to go all out. They've got to pull all the stops out now. They're only 1 quarter away from elimination. They've got to throw their bodies around on defense. They've got to fast break and take the ball to the middle.
And they actually outscored the Lakers in quarter number 3 as Magic misses. Kupchak grabs the rebound, lays it up, and he's fouled. Kings outscored the Lakers by 4, but of course they were down by 16 at halftime.
And Mitch Kupchak showing you that psychologically he's overcome the fear of mixing it up in the middle. Take a look as he goes up for this rebound. He's throwing his body around. As you take a look at that brace on his left leg, that's the experimental brace that he's been working with the last couple of games. He says that brace gives him a lot more support laterally. Before, the brace that he was wearing did not provide the comfort. It was nothing more than a psychological for to give him comfort. This one is actually providing medicinal help.
85-72. Lakers 1 quarter away from getting almost a week worth of rest. Lucy with the miss. They won't have to return to playoff action until next weekend as they await the outcome of the Dallas-Seattle series. They take on the winner of that series if they emerge victorious today.
We're talking about how much that brace has helped Mitch Kupchak. He moved up ahead of Swin Nader as the backup center to Kareem Jabbar.
Thompson, who's been ineffective offensively, just 3 points in the game. Johnson with the miss. Johnson had the good shot there, couldn't get it to go. Eddie Johnson, played on the same high school team in Chicago with Mark Aguirre of the Dallas Mavericks. He was a junior when Aguirre was a senior. Had to be a pretty good club, Westinghouse High. Scott almost lost it. Inside to Kupchak. Woodson trying to go all the way.
Great hustle by the Lakers to get back all 5 purple shirts back on D.
3-point try in the corner by Eddie Johnson fails to go.
Frank, they're only down. The Kings are only down by 13 points. To be taking 3-point shots with as much time left is really an indication of how desperate they're starting to get.
McAdoo with the turnaround. Johnson got him on the arm. The basket will count. Well, McAdoo gets his 7th basket. Philadelphia and New Jersey are now at the end of 3. And the 76ers lead it by 2 points, fighting for their playoff lives up at the Meadowlands after being shocked. We're talking to Pat Riley yesterday. He said one reason we won't be overconfident today is looking at those Philadelphia, New Jersey scores from earlier this week.
Los Angeles remembers well the mini-series with Houston 3 years ago where Houston beat them. They did not want the same thing to happen here, which is why they did not take Kansas City lightly.
Now they want to jump on the Kings since they got them down 2-0. Billy Knight, who's in the game, number 25 for the Kings, bounces that one off the foot of Worthy. Once upon a time, Billy Knight and Dave Robish and also Boosie were all on the same ABA playoff team. Timeout, 9:53 left to play in the game. More playoff action on CBS, home of the NBA championship next Saturday afternoon. We'll have a conference semifinal game for you at 3:30 Eastern time, and along with that, a doubleheader next Sunday. Also, conference semifinal action beginning at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Here in Kansas City, 9:53 left to play, and the Lakers own a 15-point advantage at 87-72, and seemingly are on the verge of closing out the Kansas City Kings against a team like the Lakers. How about the chances of a comeback here? Illegal defense against Los Angeles.
And they're paying the price again. Frank, you talked about the psychology of a comeback. It's really so difficult if you don't take advantage of a comeback by getting a lead and maintaining that lead. When you're down 10, 15 points, it takes, 1, so much energy that you expend to get back into the game, and 2, if you happen to draw even or even close, mentally you start to relax because you say to yourself, I've gotten back, I'm close, and then when you relax, a good team like the Lakers can capitalize on it.
Woodson almost tripped and fell. LaSalle Thompson, little baby hook. I must say, after watching him shoot that thing in practice yesterday, that is an ugly little hook shot, but fairly effective from close in. Offensive foul on Michael Cooper. That is 4 on Cooper.
The Kings are only down by 12 points. Most coaches, when they talk to players, will psychologically help them to realize that they don't have a big task to overcome by saying, we're only down by 6 baskets.
LaSalle trying to take it to the hoop against Kareem. That time has it get away from him, and Worthy grabs the rebound. Thompson tipping it away from Jabbar. Boosie leading the break. Billy Knight.
Superb opportunity. Great play by LaSalle Thompson. He came around Kareem Jabbar. That pass hung up there long enough for him to deflect.
Allen gets it down to 10. Let's see if they can keep it up. McAdoo with the miss. Rebound, Thompson. Boosie on the drive, lost it. Got it back. Knight missing from outside, saved by Woodson. You notice when they get down to the other end that Cotton Fitzsimmons' voice has come back in full bloom. Coincidentally, with this rally.
Move! Lakers look a little fatigued on defense. They're not going at him quite as aggressively.
Shot clock down to 5 seconds. Michaud on the drive.
All right. Hey.
Kings ball out of bounds.
Standard.
Clock reset to 5 seconds.
There were only 2 seconds left on the clock when Michaud was driving. The ball went out of bounds. They'll get 5 seconds on the clock.
Take. Tell take. Double. Take.
What's he talking about?
He's calling Tank and he's telling him to double. Tank is LaSalle Thompson. He wants him to set a pick.
Woodson. Yes.
And it worked. Cotton Fitzsimmons was calling Tank LaSalle Thompson to set a pick for Woodson and let him score. They're now within 8 points.
19 for Woodson. They got as close as 7 in the first half. There's a steal by Woodson. Down to Boosie. Boosie is fouled and almost made a sensational shot. But he'll get 2 as McGee picks up the foul. That is 5 on McGee.
You hear the term great overwork so often in describing professional basketball players, but watch Mike McGee, a great foul on his part, but an even better move by Boosie, who kept his body and his eye on the basket.
Boosie's a 78% free throw shooter. And this is a big one there. He's got 5 points. And 6 assists.
Pat Riley wants a 20-second timeout.
Riley doesn't like the way things are going right now. It's been a pattern he's seen in other games where the Lakers have had the big lead, and then the Kings came back with the big rush, as they did Friday night when they almost made up a 17-point disadvantage before the Lakers got going again. So Riley is reading the riot act to his troops, I'd imagine, right now.
Well, here's a classic situation. We were talking about the comeback, the psychology of a comeback. The Kings have now drawn within 8 points. The key is whether or not they can sustain it and actually get ahead of the Lakers and force the Lakers then to start to play catch-up basketball. If not, the Lakers will get their breath. They'll start to gamble on defense again. They've got Kareem in the middle. That's when they'll start to take chances, and that will mentally defuse the Kings. Let's see which one comes out ahead.
Kings have never been ahead. Of course, when the Lakers get down, they go to this man, Magic Johnson, who normally just takes over. Boosie with the second, missing both free throw attempts. Oh, that's got to be a blow. It had gave him a chance to get within 6 points, and he couldn't make either of them. Kareem, rejected by Michaud. Boosie, down to Woodson. And Woodson getting up gingerly.
He's okay, but watch where Michaud comes from. Great timing on this as he goes up. The 5 slammer jammer man can certainly leave his feet. Now, Boosie actually was being unselfish in going to Woodson, but that was actually a good foul by Worthy. The fans are reacting because they thought he was trying to hurt Woodson. He was not. That was actually a good foul. A good foul because Kansas City did not score. You forced Woodson to work from the free throw line.
Woodson, an 81% free throw shooter, has 18 points and 3 rebounds. How about that block by Michaud? He's 6'9", going up with Kareem, who is 7'2", or thereabouts.
Well, the thing that made that block, Frank, is that Michaud had the advantage of being on the other side of the lane, having a bit of a running start to get up as high as Kareem was.
Pat Riley doesn't like what he sees on that scoreboard right now. 6-point game, 87-81, and the Kings coming on with a rush. Still 7.5 minutes remaining.
And more than enough time, which is why, Frank, I mentioned before, the Kings did not need to go to the three-point shots that early.
Kareem almost lost it. Here comes Boosie. Fans on their feet here at Kemper now, trying to get their Kings into this game. Knight inside to LaSalle Thompson, short with the jumper. Kareem blocking him out for the rebound. Magic. Yes. Count it, and he was fouled.
Isn't it amazing how Magic Johnson just takes control in the crucial situations? Instinctive ball player. He can deliver. The thing the Kings were trying to do was to keep him away from the middle, because when he gets in the paint, you can't stop him.
Timeout with 6:58 left to play in the game. Lakers by 8. Frank Lieber with James Brown. The Lakers lead it by 8. That shot a moment ago by LaSalle Thompson was not the one they wanted, I don't think.
Not a good shot at all. The smart thing that LaSalle Thompson did was to bring Kareem Jabbar out away from the basket. However, he should not have taken that shot. What he should have done, when you get a guy 7'2" out away from the basket, he's standing up defensively, go by him, take it to the basket.
And of course, after Thompson missed that shot, the Lakers come down, and now Magic gets the three-point play, and the lead is back to 9 points. Lucy has done a good job running the ball club, as well as playing some outstanding defense. Woodson on the drive. Mishaw with the rebound. Hooks it in. Great shot.
Cotton said that Mishaw was coming of age towards the tail end of the season, and what he meant by that is that Mishaw is learning the game, playing within his limits, and that's in the paint area.
Bob McAdoo guarded by Billy Knight. They're looking inside to Kareem. They've got him double-teamed. McGee on the drive, double pump, scores, he's fouled. Another three-point opportunity.
NBA players are predictable. McGee, whenever he gets that ball 15 feet or so from the basket, he considers that a layup. He will try and take the ball to the basket as opposed to going for the jump shot. Actually had a tougher shot.
4 fouls on Mishaw, and McGee, who's had the big game offensively, has 22 points. Again, the Laker lead is 10 as we near the 6-minute mark in the final period. Billy Knight with the open shot. McAdoo with the board, and Magic Johnson taking things into his own hands. Reggie Theus getting ready to come back into the game as the Kings slap it out of bounds. 4th period score in that Philadelphia-New Jersey game. The 76ers, who trailed the entire first half, are now leading by 6. Our score, 93-83. The Lakers lead it, trying to wrap it up in 3. Magic Johnson rejected. McAdoo with the follow. Next rebound, Worthy. And LaSalle Thompson grabs one. Theus pass knocked out of bounds by Magic. It'll be the Kings ball in the front court.
The Lakers have so much talent, Frank. Perfect example of what I was talking about in terms of comebacks. The Kings got within 6 points. The Lakers, talent-wise, now starting to try and creep away. They're increasing that margin.
Theus outside, shot clock down to 5 seconds. Johnson has it blocked on him by Worthy. Mishaw, another little baby hook goes, and he's fouled.
Now, the obvious question that comes to mind is, why is Mishaw getting free on the inside? He's moving to the open spot. Look at the position that he has on Kareem. He's in front of Kareem on this Eddie Johnson shot. Therefore, he's in good position. All he needs to do is go straight up. He does not fade away from Kareem. He goes right into him.
Mishaw with 14 points and 8 rebounds. That's his first free throw attempt of the afternoon, and the three-point play makes it a 7-point game. Lakers out in front, 93-86. McGee colliding with Thompson. McGee traveled. Traveling call by Earl Strom, and here come the Kings. Reggie Theus, who got hot at the start of the 3rd period, back in the game.
Every shot counts here.
Theus connects.
Every shot counts for the Kings. The important thing, they're within 5 points 4.5 minutes left. Play under control. No wild shots.
18 points for Reggie Theus as this crowd is on its feet saluting the Kansas City Kings and their attempts at a comeback. Holes to play. Well, the Kings have chopped the Lakers' lead to 5. That's as close as they have been since the first minute of this ballgame. Inside to Kareem, and a monster stuff that time over LaSalle Thompson. Nice basket for Kareem. He has 19 points. He is average better than 28 points a game. In playoff history, he is the second leading all-time scorer in the history of the National Basketball Association as far as playoff activity is concerned. Worthy with the rejection.
Bad basketball decision that time by Eddie Johnson, who's had a rough day. He saw Worthy taking at least 2 or 3 steps before he went up for that jump shot. Should have taken it to the basket.
Philadelphia, New Jersey with a 2-point game. 76ers in front of that one in the final period. Open shot for Thompson from 15 feet. The 24-second clock expired before Thompson took that shot. He thought about taking it from outside, but then tried to get it to Mishaw instead.
And should have. The reason he didn't is because he knew in his own mind he was out of his range.
Kareem going in for an easy one.
The Lakers are going to their bread and butter. 2-man basketball between Magic Johnson and Kareem Jabbar.
Here's Woodson on the drive. Eddie Johnson, who can't make a basket today. Mishaw with the rebound, and Kareem gets it back. Mishaw knocked it away, and Magic came up with it. And now we got a foul called on Theus. Reggie Theus picks up his 4th.
Everyone in the stadium knows that Magic Johnson is going to get the ball whenever the Lakers get possession. The Kings, what they're going to have to do is when Magic gives that first pass up, they've got to defend him so as to not allow him to get a return pass.
Once again, the Kings are over the limit, and the Lakers will be shooting the penalty for the rest of the way. Magic Johnson has 8 rebounds and 12 assists.
Ice cool under pressure. The Lakers are playing and doing well, keep in mind, without Jamal Wilkes.
Jamal back in Los Angeles in a hospital with an upper respiratory infection. They hope to get him back soon. Theus inside to LaSalle Thompson. Counted, and he's fouled. Basket will go by Thompson, his 3rd. Gives him 7 points.
Reggie!
I believe Cotton is trying to get Mr. Theus' attention.
Tell Tank always come and say
It won't take very much with that voice of his.
All the time. The ball won't come out.
Cotton's got the kind of voice that commands attention.
'99-91. Cooper goes down, and so does Woodson. And Woodson will get the foul. His 3rd. Philadelphia 3 up on New Jersey. There are 4 minutes left to play in that game. 3 minutes and 7 seconds in this one. And the Lakers lead it 99-91, and Michael Cooper on the free throw line. Cooper's been rather quiet today. 2 points, 4 assists.
He's gotten ample assistance from his Laker teammates. Lakers normally get 45 to 50 points from their bench. James Worthy and Bob McAdoo between them.
Ironically, the Kings are getting most of their points off the bench, with the exception of Theus. The bench has done most of the scoring for Kansas City. Theus one-on-one with Magic Johnson. Woodson. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with yet another rebound. 2 minutes, 45 seconds.
Get up. Move your feet.
Lakers want to run as much time off of the clock on each offensive possession before putting it up.
Kareem with the miss, and Rambis with the follow.
Frank, and now the Kings are going to have to start thinking 3-point shots.
Mishaw on top. Kansas City has 55 points off its bench. The Lakers have only 36. The miss by Mishaw and a foul called.
Mishaw is really doing himself well today with his performance on the inside. When the Kings start to go to the 3-point shots, with the lineup they've got in there now, Reggie Theus, and Mike Woodson will be their best three-point shooters.
Mayshaw 1-on-1 from the free throw line. He has 14 points, 9 rebounds.
Just stand there, stand there.
103-92. And it will stay at 11. The lead for the Lakers as we hit very close to that 2-minute mark.
Keep the pressure, no foul. Pressure though. Pressure, jump, Red. Know what we're doing.
Johnson. Magic Johnson may be one of the more underrated long shooters in the NBA. You don't get much credit for his ability from outside. He's got a funny shot, but it is effective. Theus goes in for the slam. Gives him 20 points. 105-94, but the clock ticking away the final couple of minutes here, the Kansas City Kings season. And they will have to look to the draft and look to next year. And the Lakers look like they're going to get most of a week off, which will be the case if they win this one. Johnson with the miss, Theus with the rebound. One-on-one with Cooper, down to Woodson.
Well, he got a little bit of a home no call that time as he walked before the slam dunk.
23 for Woodson. Magic answers on the other end. 107-96. So the Kings fired their salvo and got within 5. And that apparently was it. LaSalle Thompson is fouled. That basket will count. Too little, too late. Oh, look at this. The Nets have recaptured the lead from Philadelphia. Wouldn't it be something if they eliminated the defending champions 3 straight?
Not only is that youth at work out there at that series between New Jersey and Philly, but intimidation. Nets have got a good, strong, young team.
You don't think Daryl Dawkins would be celebrating a little bit tonight if that happened?
Mr. Intimidation himself.
Yeah. After they let him go. Thompson with the miss. Thompson is 10 points. And the Lakers just running out the string here. Running off as much time as they can.
Deny.
Got Magic down low because he's being defended by Mike Woodson, giving up 4 inches.
Traveling call on the Lakers, so they'll turn it over with 58 seconds to go. 9-point lead.
Bring down, other side, for Woody, other side.
Theus lost it driving in. And was fouled by Magic Johnson.
There's an additional talent that players have to have at this level, and that's just a touch of acting. Reggie Theus helped that call along. Actually, he realized, Reggie Theus, that he made a mistake, lost control of the ball, but helped the official with the call with a little extra body English.
So Theus knocks a couple down from the free throw line, which will give him 22 points on the afternoon.
Jump sweep, come on, lad.
107-100, but only 45 seconds left to play.
No foul. That's far enough, Michael, far enough. Come on, work, pressure.
Commentary by Cotton Fitzsimmons in the background. Magic with the miss. Loose ball foul on Bob McAdoo.
Thanks here, go on. Here, you're good. You stay right here. No, stay right here.
Oh, we've kind of enjoyed the running commentary by Cotton. He's done quite a job, hasn't he?
That's why he's got that hoarse voice.
On the second.
The executive producer of the NBA on CBS, Ted Shaker. Our producer here in Kansas City today, Rick Sharp.
Deny, but don't let him go long.
And our director, Larry Cavallina. And a lot of other folks along with us spending Easter Sunday away from our families so we could bring you this NBA action. 5-point lead with 30 seconds to go.
Jump sweep. Trap. Up, Eddie. Hard to basket, me.
Kings trying to trap here, but no success so far. Jabbar lost the ball going up, but it will belong to the Lakers. Out of bounds. McAdoo looking for help. I believe we'll have a jump ball, but let's let Earl Strom figure it out.
Good hard-nosed basketball today between Eddie Johnson. As you take a look at Mike McGee, he certainly had a great game. Got the Lakers off and running very fast from the start.
Eddie Johnson and McAdoo got into a little scrape Friday night in Los Angeles, but nothing came of that today. 10 seconds to go.
Fouls on Reggie Theus. It's good.
Foul is on Reggie Theus. That'll be 5 on him, but it matters little at this point. With 6 seconds left, the Lakers have won this series and will indeed get to make their 7 o'clock flight tonight back to Los Angeles. And Magic Johnson will get a rest. He goes out with 10 points, 8 rebounds, and an even dozen assists.
We're talking about rest, Frank. That's exactly what the Lakers, they were very frustrated. They felt they should have gotten the bye. The NBA should have kept the bye, and they thought they worked hard enough for it. But indeed, they're going to get that now with the week off to prepare for the next opponent.
Michael Cooper gets 1 out of 2. Kings will call a timeout with 6 seconds to go, and let's see if Cotton Fitzsimmons has any 6-point plays left in his arsenal. We'll be back in just a moment. Frank Lever with James Brown at Kemper Arena in Kansas City. Lakers can do some celebrating because they have 1 series down and several more to go. Between them and another NBA championship, they've won this championship, every other year it seems. 80, 82, and this may be the year again, 84. Only on even years do the Lakers seem to win. They lead this one by 6 with 6 seconds to go. Looking for a 3-point play. Reggie Theus fires up a prayer. McAdoo with the rebound. There's the horn, and that is it. The Los Angeles Lakers move on to play the winner of the Dallas-Seattle series in the conference semifinals. The final here, 108-102. Our most valuable player award will go to Mike McGee of the Lakers, who had 22 points. 6 out of 6 from the free throw line, 1 assist and a couple of rebounds. But ironically, 3 or 4 Lakers were in line for that because they played so well today. And Miller is pleased to present a check for $1,000 to the Special Olympics in the name of Mike McGee. That's it from Kemper Arena in Kansas City. Here in Kemper, the crowd filing out. The Lakers victorious, 108-102, and with the winning coach, Pat Riley. Let's go now to James Brown.
Coach, I know prior to the start of today's game, you were expecting Kansas City to come out throwing all stops at you, but they never really got uncorked.
Well, James, we knew we wanted to come in here today and finish this thing out. We were not going to wait for Kansas City to take it to us. Our game plan was to score right off the tip, which we did, and to trap the first 4 or 5 times down the court. That got us out to 11-4 spread, and once we got that cushion, that double-digit cushion in the first quarter, it was pretty much, I felt, our advantage throughout the game. So I think our initiative and the fact that we weren't going to wait, gave us a great shot at winning the game, and that was the difference.
You got that rest you're looking for.
I am, and we're looking for, I don't care who the next team is in the next series, but we need about 4 or 5 days off for our venerable veterans, and we'll be ready.
Okay, Coach Pat Riley, back to you, Frank.
Well, they're looking at either Dallas or Seattle, and those 2 teams will play Game 4 of their first-round series on Tuesday night in Seattle. Be sure to stay tuned now for final round coverage of the Heritage Classic from Hilton Head, South Carolina. Once again, the final score here at Kemper Arena, Los Angeles, 108. Kansas City, 102. You've been watching CBS Sports, home of the NBA Championship.